Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Against the Storm, where today we're taking on the lead seal, and I'm hoping to get vision on the seal a little bit faster this time. It's always easier to work it out, obviously, the more time you have with the challenges. So we're being offered here an opportunity to play with the new species, and that is always very compelling to me. But I have to say, this is such a bad setup relative to the other one. More food and some free metal and 2 extra bodies. Like it would be very hard for me to take this. Note: skewers, pickled goods, boots. Like they fit in very well with some of the others. These are going to create some interesting pressure on some of the less valued needs. Sadly, we only get 4 points of embarkation here. We do need to unlock some more embarkation value. But yeah, I think this is how we'll start it. I feel like we got plenty of food. We'll get plenty of lumber quickly enough. Woodcutters don't increase hostility, but felling trees does. There's of course the hidden seal. There are, of course, the super trees. And the trees themselves yield meat and sea marrow and leather in this area, which is, like, very powerful. Okay. You know what it is. Let's do it. We may still get foxes, but we didn't pick the guaranteed foxes. I hope we still do. Okay. Looks like no. That said, I'm not too upset about having some beavers on hand right away. This is just a huge number of mushroom charges right away. That's pretty cool. An algae pond, so algae and herbs. Yeah, that's all right, I suppose. And we just want to break into 2 clearings as quickly as possible, because once we've opened up any 2 clearings, we'll know where the thing is. We'll know where the seal is. So let's start with an herbalist's camp. Get ourselves a woodcutter's camp. I think my plan is going to be this little one, and then we're just going to break into a dangerous one right away after that. Start finding the good value, the good deposits. So let's make that happen as quickly as possible. Don't love the trees with the big faces on them, but it's fine. We'll chop them down, and then we won't have to deal with them anymore. Let's go ahead and preemptively assign some beavers to that one. This can just be anybody. And then do we want to start fishing right away? I guess probably, right? We're going to need bricks for both the lizard housing and the human housing, and we don't have an obvious source of that resource right now, which makes me a little nervous. I think for the moment we're just gonna, we're gonna do the standard kind of block of shelters right in front of the hearth thing. Oh, I did those like right in front of the hearth. Oops, let me move those over slightly. I do want the road to run in front of the hearth. I thought the balance of the objects there looked a little weird. Okay. Yeah. Get to it, everybody. And then we have 5 people unassigned. It probably makes sense to just get started with the fishing. We almost always find multiple fishing ponds, right? And we'll get a crude workstation up too. Okay, bit of fertile soil, reed fields, clay deposits. Clay deposits I'm like overjoyed to see. Get some stone cutters established, and maybe not equip anybody on the pond right away. because I really do want the clay income as quickly as possible. Also, we should probably take our initial cornerstone, huh? Gain 3 oil for every 10 flour produced. Well, with this crew, biscuits and pie are both overlaps, so that is not the button I meant to press. Cornerstones. So yeah, I think we're much more likely to want to do flour stuff now than we have been on the last couple of adventures. Let's dig into that. Which means that we're going to want not the herb garden, not specifically the herb garden. Given these two, I think we'll wait to make this choice until we actually break into the other clearing. But this is good information at least. And we can start getting that stuff up soon. So let's move our woodcutter's camp over here. Okay, let's break through, and then, you know, the 2 lenses will tell us where we need to go from there. Housing's getting started up, and let's see what the queen's looking for. Get to 6 lizards feels very doable, and it has considerable rewards. Complete 3 trade routes. Like, these are also good rewards, but I like an upgraded gathering building blueprint as a reward an awful lot, and we only have to gain 3 lizards to get there. We might not get it on the next batch of newcomers, but we'll almost certainly get it pretty quickly. Workers assigned to Glade events carry more, or sell goods worth 12 amber and also give 7 amber back to the order bar. I mean, it's hard to turn down tools, right? It's incredibly hard to turn down tools, especially when it's linked to other population. Burn at least 3 blight rot cysts is doable. +1 grain production and +1 fabric production is very compelling, though, and this is not that many packs of materials. I don't love turning down population early on, although we would not get this early on. Probably it will take a while for the blight rot cysts to manifest. But I do think we're going to be engaging in both a lot of grain and a lot of fabric production, so I think that's going to end up being really effective for us. We are just burning through the lumber here just as quickly as we can get it. All right. Let's see what we're looking at. Oh, I didn't look at our mysteries. Shoot, I definitely should have. Euphoric vapors. Anybody who's on double complex food gets +1 to their resolve added every 60 seconds. That's a pretty difficult requirement to satisfy. Off-road speed is decreased at hostility 1. Consumption of hearths is increased at hostility 2. Food production is slowed considerably at hostility 3. If villagers don't have anything to eat during a break, they will gain 2 stacks of the hunger effect during hostility 3 as well. This one's not so bad. You know, if things are going even reasonably well, you don't spend a lot of time in hunger mode. All right, let's get this breach. Okay, what are we looking at here? Large sea marrow deposit. That doesn't really make any decisions for us. We already have access to the camp that works with those. We have more fertile soil. Okay, yeah, so just not a lot to work with, honestly. And we do have a withered tree. I don't know how you can tell. It looks exactly like all the other trees. This once mighty tree has been deformed by the blight rot living in its roots. Okay, so take care of it or it's going to make cysts burn more slowly. If we cut it down, there will be no penalty right now. We'll get a bunch of useful stuff and we'll get massively reinforced plank production. Or we could spend resources that we don't really have. I mean, let's just cut it down, right? Let's just get rid of it right now. Feels like a winner to me. And okay, if we zoom out enough to cross these lines, let me Try to get one of these like to be directly vertical or horizontal. I mean, it looks like... Is it here? Honestly, the way it looks like they're pointed, it looks like they're aimed here, which doesn't seem correct. This is definitely... It's got to be this clearing, right? Yeah, this is not straight up and down. It's kind of tilted left a little bit. So that's looking there. And as close to straight up and down as we can get this one. Yeah, it's got to be this. Okay, well, good to know. And that's the direction that we are chopping from now on. You know, I maybe should have... Why don't we leave the other half of that? There we go. Alright, yeah, just carve the narrowest possible path. That's not really going to work, but I'll fix it when they get to the end of that bit. Alright, do we... Yeah, no, we do have 3 people assigned to that. They're just being very, very slow. We'll assign people to start gathering clay once this is dealt with. But honestly, at the moment, we don't really have a strong reason to make a building choice here. I think we'll probably just hold on to the blueprints until we reach the target. I'm going to build out just a little like bulge here so that I can move the woodcutter into the forest a little bit. Move the woodcutter's camp into the forest. There we go. All right, everybody's housed. We're certainly not going to be hitting double complex food needs covered anytime soon. We definitely want to get our farming going as quickly as possible here. I'm hoping that during the second year we can get that started, but I really don't want to make a lot of blueprint choices before we know what the large yield nodes in that area are. Once we get some more people in the next cornerstone, we can make some more moves and equip some more folks on stuff. Well, I guess I had that already going. So then we do have... Well, we're about to have 3 bodies free. Is it time to start running the advanced building stuff, maybe? Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do with these guys. Well, you know what? At the rate this storm is ending, we're going to get our newcomers before they've finished moving all the goods out of the tree anyway. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, just villager speed and global resolve, always good. Newly discovered resource nodes have more charges. We are about to discover more nodes, so that could be good. All advanced camp and fishing hut blueprints, but gathering and fishing speeds are decreased until you use up at least 300 charges. I mean, this is the time when you want to do this thing, right? But also, just like plus global resolve is so good. And by the time we're running out of large deposits in our clearings, we're usually pretty much done with the map anyway. I am going to take just speed and resolve. Just kind of like generically very good. Okay, and then 2 offerings that do not contain lizards. How interesting. Let's get 2 humans on this. Let's put a beaver on that. Let's not make any pipes. Do not do this. And we'll again just try to like limit these to reasonably small numbers for the moment. I would prefer you use clay. Don't use stone, actually. We're not going to be able to make any fabric for a little while, which is problematic, although we do have some reeds over here. So we're going to have to build a harvester's camp at some point. Oh, and you know, we definitely have enough housing already to put up the initial decorations. Let's just go ahead and throw something down. Okay, got to be able to make fabrics. All right, so we got our initial upgrade. We need 2 more population before it's possible to get the next upgrade. And we'll get there. We'll get there when we can. Deliver a ton more materials to get stuff that's mostly not terribly interesting, or deliver 50 meat. I think that's one we're way more likely to get on. Have 2 hearths at least level 1. Give bonus carrying to builders and some money and some stuff, or 10 packs of luxury goods. I mean, like, the heavy millstone is, in theory, very in line with what we're doing, but 10 packs of luxury goods is extremely non-trivial. I think I'm going to take the other one. 10 packs of luxury goods is that's so much stuff that you would rather put to other use. Okay, so we got people doing stuff as quickly as they can. We've made enough room to be able to tuck this in a little bit further. And I guess run the road slightly deeper. I'm not going to stress too much about the lizard influx until we actually find a source of meat. And do I want to put up a simple shelter? Yeah, I think we can. I'm going to hold off a little bit more on making the complicated stuff for the moment. We get most of our building materials back when we break them down for the better stuff anyway. Alright, so let's have the advanced construction materials thing open. Okay, I mean, we're doing well. We can get started. So let's see, it would be 4 human houses. Let's make a couple lizard houses, actually. It turns out I didn't need to build this this normal shelter over here after all. It's fine. And then we're going to need a couple of beaver houses. How's the door on this thing? Alright, Stonecutter's camp needs to be moved. That's fine. We got plenty of deposits down here. Alright, what do we find? Some more reeds and some copper. I mean, I guess that's okay. That gives me the ability to move Woodcutter's camp through to here. I guess actually I would rather have these trees be the ones that get chopped. Just thinking in terms of where I'm going to lay the roads down. Alright, Plague of Malady. It is whatever. Yeah, we pushed the lizards over the blue threshold already just by getting their housing in order. It is nice when they make it easy. Okay, here we go. And hey, look, it's one of those river kelpies. So we do have the rocks necessary to banish it. We also could just mount it. And obviously, I mean, like, that seems like so much the better choice. We don't need a water geyser. All right, what else do we got here? Large worm tongue and slick shell broodmother nests, both of which are on the trapper camp. So it doesn't look like we're in a big hurry to get any of the big capture buildings, as long as we can get our lizards going. And there is a small meat access here as well, so we can use this to finish lizard influx, which will then get us the lizards that we need to make trappers to get the trapping hunt. So I think we can go fishing for some stuff that we do want more. I'm gonna go ahead and use our reroll right now. The guild house is not horrible. The leather worker, we don't. Okay, you know, pickled goods are a thing that works on 2 of our people. Boots are not. Famously, humans hate boots. This gives us access to luxury and education. Luxury is a thing we have on two people this time. Yeah, maybe guild house isn't bad as our first. Oh, no, sorry. Luxury and leisure are different. I was thinking leisure. These 2 have leisure. So, yeah, we don't really want Guildhouse then. In theory, we probably want to be able to produce ale eventually. Yeah, maybe. I don't think any of these are very good. This is more what we were looking for. Small farm is a slam dunk for sure. And then a place where we can make flour would be lovely. Yeah, okay. Pretty happy with those. And the Seal Keeper. So, open or send back 3 caches. Install 8 rain engines. This is actually a very significant cost. That is so many pipes. So we're definitely hoping for Heart of the Forest here, because this is a ton of delivery to make. But open or send back 3 caches is probably pretty doable. We have 2 caches visible already. So yeah, I have a lot of hope on that one. Now we should probably try to park our woodcutters camp somewhere near the town where we have giant trees, like here. And just just work on these trees. Don't cut down any new trees for a little while. We'll go ahead and run this all the way to here. Okay, so if we're gonna mount this thing, we don't have root income right now, right? We have our starting roots. So it's already too late to just stop them from eating. We're gonna have to get one of the other things depicted. One thing I would really like to do is, for sure, is get up a trading post. We have a little bit of time. Let's get the trading post up, get a trader in, see what we can do on that front. But overall, I think this is a very strong start. Oh, you know what I am going to do? I'm going to turn off meat eating on the consumption control. And we are going to construct what will, for the moment, be a small trapper's camp in here. And it will get better later. So wait, where's the farm going? This farm wants to be like here, right? Yes, it does. Okay, so they're just going to have to run through the field anyway to get over to this. There's no sense in trying to build around it. Okay. Plus 50% to the amount of goods produced in small farms. I do like that. 2 amber for every 20 sea marrow produced is also interesting because we do already have sea marrow deposits. But I feel like farming tools is a really good setup here. So farm field, all of that. Also farm field, all of this. Also farm field all of this. We are not going to have enough people to actually work all of these farms initially, I don't think. But it bodes very well for the future. Okay. Newcomers. All right, we can welcome 2 lizards in right now. If we don't bring in lizards, we get so many bricks, though. And then even with these lizards, we're waiting until we complete lizard influx before we finish trappers. So I'm just going to take the large amount of bricks to make my life a little bit easier. And then we're going to start building some more specific housing. Get some beavers going over here. That'll be enough beaver houses for all of them. Okay, so Sahilda, we are looking for ideally grain or plant fiber. We actually are gathering roots. Oh, you know what? We're getting roots from the trees, aren't we? Yeah, don't eat any of the roots for a minute here. Okay, she will just sell us the remaining 2 roots and we can get to work on that immediately. It may seem silly, but I think I'm going to do it. I think it's worthwhile. As for other stuff we would buy from her, it would just be like planks and whatnot. So let's see here. We'd have to get 7 amber in order to have enough to complete our quest. We can sell... We have to move 12 value worth of goods. We might not be able to do this right now. But just looking at our options here. We can sell a lot of the mushrooms. Our food supply is dwindling at the moment, but we still have a lot. We could sell some of it and I think be okay. I need to make up 449 of difference. I mean, we're just going to have to do the goods sold in a couple of pieces is all. 4 plant fiber for every 12 vegetables produced doesn't really fit with where we're at. Obviously, extra coat production would be rad, but I don't think we're going to get there. Yeah. What does it cost us to get here on mushrooms alone? 25 of our mushrooms? You know what? I'll take it. That gets me 9.5, and we'll do something with the next trader, maybe? Because at this point, 3 is still harsh. Well, we could trade off like half of our insects. Definitely putting us in a weird position food-wise. Trade off... Oh, you know what? We have enough clay. Let's trade off some clay. So I only need to get 3 value. I don't need to get 3 amber. We have enough raw amber for the thing. So I guess let's just take some extra food just to be on the safe side. Take back some of the mushrooms. Here, I'm gonna err on the side of both of these numbers being above 3. Okay, trade. There we go. So that's gonna give us our wildfire essence back and some more people and some tools with which to begin the other thing. Now keep in mind, it said send back or break open. It may well be the case that it makes more sense to break some of these open since we're having to do it early. Honestly, though, I don't feel like the ale will be useful eventually, probably. Skewers are like fine. Yeah, I don't really know. Not sure what I want to do with that. But in any case, we now have enough roots to get this started. Let's definitely get this started. All right, bunch of amber, Queen's Grace. We'll be in good shape there. We also have access to the blueprints for a new building. So we have some flour production, right? What we need is the stuff that we actually want to make with the flour. So I think what we're going to do here is hold off until we have until we've completed this, gotten the amber from it, and then we'll use that amber to power a couple of rerolls. And in the meantime, we can start thinking about building enough human-specific housing. Let me move this over. Hold on, our harvester's camp needs to be moved. This tree is in a really inconvenient spot. Yeah, we actually have like the building space around our hearth is really ugly right now. Well, we can put in a couple of houses like here. They can still access. Oh, actually, I'm going to have to move this back a space in order for them to access the pond. And at this point, we could equip someone on this, but I don't think it's important enough to actually have somebody working on it. We have too much other stuff to do. All right, yep. The charming has begun. Kind of not worth assigning a lot of people to anything at this point, I guess. These harvesters don't need to be lizards. Let's bump them so that we can use lizards to gather the meat over here. And obviously a lot of people are going to spend time doing that instead, which is fine. What am I doing? We were just looking at this. All right, orders. Have 10 humans, which we do. Make some coats, which we probably will want to. We definitely have 24, or we have farm fields aplenty. Delivering 20 packs of crops, however, really sucks. You want to be using those crops, so this human thing seems very straightforward. Hit the need for leisure a little bit. That's interesting. At this point, do we think we're going to see two buildings to rebuild or salvage? I don't feel confident of that, and I do feel like we're already encouraged to make and distribute alcohol. So let's just stick to that one. All right, so we want to get obviously this stuff phasing forward as quickly as possible. Let's do a little favoring here so that we can gain some more reputation. So maybe I should start breaking stuff open. This one I think is a reasonable send to the Citadel, though. And it wouldn't hurt us to have this extra money. Okay, cool. Mission complete, so let's let them get the amber into storage, and then we'll do some rerolls. Still having trouble maintaining our wood supplies. The stonecutter camp needs to be moved. Also, we are going through the clay awfully quickly. I want to make sure we get all the clay for for brick making purposes before we start mining out the sea marrow deposit. Okay, we're almost ready to put people on farms. It'll be a thing we do soon. Okay, so reroll. The tavern's basically impossible to turn down. Oh, except the carpenter's right there. Tavern's really hard to turn down, though. It's a place to distribute leisure. The Gleeman's Tales obviously is bananas. We don't need it so badly right away, but we're going to need it. Smelter can produce pie and also copper bars, and we do have access to more copper. They give us the metals necessary for the what do you call it? Yeah, the metals necessary for tool making. So yeah, I think we will go ahead and take that. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about a lot of the aspects of our situation. Let me unfavor as the storm hits, just to cover. I should be paying attention to the plagues. Storm season is longer. Okay, that sucks, but we'll live. We seem to be pretty stable already. The reason that sucks mostly is just that I want more newcomers. But whatever, it gives me time to catch up on my housing builds and whatnot. Okay, let me move this out of the way. We can start reclaiming some space over here for housing as well. Nope, the fancy trees are gone. We can move over here and chop into a whole lot of them. Yeah. Wait, these are the big trees, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll start with these ones. And then we're gonna have to cut into some more glades to find our third pack to either send back or open. We're gonna do that soon. But like I say, let's get some more housing built first. So I believe that'll be enough for everyone who currently lives in the village to be in fancy housing. Do I want to just bash this open with rocks? The barrels of ale are not... I mean, that would probably help us fulfill basic rights if we just get the tavern up. That would probably be good enough. Yeah, maybe we should do that. All right, I'm going to commit people to that. As soon as we get more people in a second here. Wood production is increased, but harvesting and planting are slower. I don't think we want to do. Food production speed is increased for units of drizzle water stored, maybe. Gain 1 reputation point every time you sell goods worth 60 amber. I think trade hub's probably actually bad for us. Let's take cooking steam, even though it's not great, obviously. Okay, we can just take the completion on the lizard thing now. I don't think this is a very good yield anyway. And then we're still gonna turn in lizard influx when we get there. Oh right, sorry, I have to maintain my number of lizards for a few turns, which is very silly. Okay, let's take this workstation, turn y'all into the workers, start getting these farms under control. This farm is further away, but it's also got more field. Okay, and here's Sother the Ancient. What do we want from Sother the Ancient? I honestly don't know. Alright, so there's our Trapper Camp upgrade. Which means this Trapper Camp is no longer necessarily best suited down there. It's a shame the large broodmother and the large wormtongue nest are so far apart. I mean, they will just be producing more total resources if we have them up here. Sorry, I want road. That's the thing I'm trying to build. Okay. So everybody's housed, but not necessarily as fancily as they might like. We're looking for... I mean, the carpenters come back around, and that's certainly very good. And we do need to be able to produce tools in order to satisfy the first part of this. So, yeah, all right. I guess let's prioritize tool production over our other plans. Let's get a couple of lizards on this to just smash it open. And we're going to want to put together our carpenter. Just right down here. We want to leave a little space because, you know, domicile entry. And then we're also maybe going to need the smelter. We have quite a lot of copper ore. The smelter does make the pies as well. Yeah, we need to bring the woodcutters down here. Open this area up. I guess that can be a thing we do right now. Alright, so this is cache number 2. Then we just have to actually find cache number 3, which, you know, we'll get on. Until we have the stuff to open it up with. It's not, like, hugely important anyway. So I'm 1 human house short of enough human housing. We're good on beavers. We do need a lizard house as well. Alright, can I tick this? The smelter requires us to go a little bit deeper. So let's cut out some more room for the smelter there. Build a guild house, satisfy, or just deliver 50 wine. In order to get... Okay, that's kind of interesting. Or this is like the lizard equivalent. Yeah, +1 to lizard resolve for every... See, these are both kind of awkward because these are both service needs that are only held by one of our species, and so I don't really want to do either of them. It's training gear is a little bit easier to work out, I think, but we're probably not doing that. My guess would be we are not doing that. Yeah, and if we're trying to leave enough people to, you know, continue building stuff, I think we want to... we maybe don't want to assign anybody else at the moment. Although this herbalist camp has run out of things to do, I'm going to tuck it somewhere where it's out of the way. Yeah, just like over here. And then we can unassign you two, and you can start farming. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have enough bars at the moment. Honestly, we probably want to just turn off plank production here. We're going to let them finish what they're building. Replace them. Because if they're going to do that kind of stuff, they should really be doing it over here. Alright, get our smelter in place now that we've carved a deep enough path for it. This is a lizard thing. We'll want them to make copper bars and pie, and we are not so concerned about the training gear, and we don't have any flour for the pie yet. When it's time to make flour, we're going to need a provisioner, which can get set up right down here. Like right here. This is, I think, pretty good. And then we don't actually need some of this. Look at that terribly inefficient road. Okay, do I want to pierce? I think I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to pull this back over here. I am going to just, we're going to work these giant trees. We are. But let's just open up the next. We got to find another cache. So let's open up the next big clearing looking for that. And we cleared out some good housing space over here too. Actually, never mind. That's not within the, it's not fully within the Hearth Zone. half of my hearth zone is completely wasted here. We need to do something about that. Also, I need to build some more decorations. We can just do some stuff back here, I think. Yeah, we have room for a garden right there. And then, like, I don't know, what's going to look good? A fence? Just a fence along the back of the hearth? Like, watch out back here. It's very hot. Don't burn yourself. Okay, that'll be enough to get us up to neighborhood. And then this might be enough population for us to push all the way to district if we wanted to. Okay, the plague of corrupted water doesn't seem like a big deal. Stonecutter's camp has mined out all of the clay now. Let's get over here and get that. Okay, just running that stuff home. Kind of just need more hands. Alright. We got a pierce. So, clay deposit large. Handy. Got an encampment and a lumber mill and a small destroyed caravan. Which we should probably just send home. Yeah, the stuff that it's going to yield is really not that impressive. Okay, again, stuff to worry about once we clear the, once we clear the storm. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn this in as soon as we clear the storm as well. Alright, there we go. I was waiting for the newcomers to become visible here. So, here's what I was thinking. We might want to wait until after our keystone, our cornerstone, before we take any new villagers on, because we might get something like this, or that one that improves the amount of tools that come with groups of newcomers, or the amount of stuff that comes with groups of newcomers. I think we're just going to take peasant supplies here for the moment, and then we're going to welcome in a group of newcomers. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess kind of as many as we can get. We're going to have a lot of bodies here in a second. We're going to take lizard influx as well. We're going to put meat back on... Oh, meat and root both back on the you can eat this right now menu. And then we now have so many more bodies for making things happen. We don't need these. Yeah, try to stick to just using the grain for the flour, because we're going to want... we're going to want that other stuff to eat. And, like, this would be a good place to put in water pipes. How many water pipes do I have right now? 12. So I'm definitely thinking we could pipe the pie production place and the grain production place, right? We have to build some rain collectors. That is a thing that we will need. But I think I'm okay just putting down 2 rain collectors right next to each other. To be worked by, I don't know, whoever, basically. Just go start gathering. Then we'll go ahead and pipe these up. Turn on their rain engines just a little bit to run as best they can. And... So there should be some herbs coming out of... I mean, with the pies, you're making food. So just use whatever's laying around. How many copper bars do we need at a time? I don't know. Probably not a huge number. And in particular, I don't want them pulling and stockpiling all the wood for fires. I'll just have a couple of folks work this. And then over here, yeah. How many tools to have at a time? Probably not more than 10. Oh, right. Did we actually have a cache over here? We didn't. This was a bust. That's fine. We'll find one. And for the moment, we're actually still fine on housing. Thanks to our initial overbuild. Do we want... Yeah, I probably want a bakery over a cookhouse, even though we do already have a source of pie, because it will be just a little bit more efficient to have them all being produced in the same spot, right? So actually, let's build a bakery. We also need to put up a tavern somewhere. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Or we'll hack out some of this space behind the hearth and put in the tavern back there. All right. We have plenty of action going from our farms. This is probably a good time. First of all, to push some reputation through favoring. Secondly, it's definitely going to fuck things up a little bit in the sense that, like, we are creating kind of a lot of hostility very quickly. But I do think we maybe need to just push through another clearing, or push through into another clearing, because we need to find another cache. We got to get some motion on this so that we can prepare for whatever, you know, the long ass difficult part is that comes next. All right, so these would like water. So we'll get there. Decorations are getting finished, which is great news. Okay, there it is. We got ourselves another cache, as well as large mushroom deposit requiring the big herbalist camp. By any chance? Nope, not being offered directly. We have a place where we can produce ale already. Yeah, which makes me think that we don't actually need any of this stuff. Well, you know what? We don't have any pickled goods currently, but as they noted, the cellar is already on our one of our rewards. So I'm gonna re-roll here, looking for, honestly, at this point, maybe just the herbalist camp. Maybe that's like the only new building we really need. Oh, this is just a clan hall. This is just an already, gosh, the rebuild cost on that is really something. Well, that's pretty rad, though, that we just were given a clan hall. Okay. Yeah. Do we want to work on this now? So I am, of course, inclined to perform the ritual. I think probably with, like, training gear over the ale, which we have other uses for. I guess we have other uses for the training gear as well. The incense is probably the thing we have the least other use for. Can't sacrifice in the hearth. I don't think that's a big deal. We're going to be taking all of the penalties this time. I think it's fine. I think we want to just get it done. I think that's the most important thing. Alright, so y'all get it handled. We wanna keep the smelter running for the moment. Oh, I didn't press the button. Our harvester's camp, I think, has legitimately run out of stuff to harvest, unfortunately. Yeah, so as far as plant fiber goes, we're kind of out of luck. Oh, I didn't... I forgot to put people on this. I knew what I wanted us to do. I knew I wanted to send it home. But... And I did the thing to get us the packs of provisions, then I totally spaced. Okay. So yeah, get that handled. Yeah, we just need this herbalist camp to become the large kind. So this harvester's camp, we're just unequipping people so that they can continue helping us build and run resources. We're going to need somebody around... Oh, no, this isn't... Sorry, I was thinking the other totem-like thing that spawns Spawns blood flowers, right? Something like that. Okay, may as well stop favoring. The favoring has ceased to work. And we are already up to 8 tools. I'm not in, like, desperate need of additional tools here. But honestly, it's hard to turn them down, right? If I wanted to get all of your tools, it would be 30... Okay. Hold on. So I would like to get 10 amber for a reroll. That's what I was checking. All right, friend. For 10 of your finest ambers, I will trade you. Wow, you really don't like a lot of my stuff. We can certainly trade several of these packs of provisions. For the moment, we need 15 packs of provisions. Or sorry, we need 12 for orders, and then there's a thing here that we're not doing. So for the moment, I'm willing to trade... Actually, I guess I'm willing to trade all of them. Because we're just going to get more when we welcome more newcomers. Yeah, that's fine. And then, like, just something to cover the difference. A little bit of sea marrow. Okay. You know, a monastery is not totally out of the realm of possibility. Neither is just waiting, right, obviously. Oh, this is going to be a 16. This is a super big one. That's a little inconvenient. Do I want to buy some of your... Well, I guess I've left myself without a huge amount of trade. Like, we need clay for bricks. If I were to take 8 of your tools right now... We can make this work. We do have a limited supply of things to turn into bricks and fabric, though. We're still gaining sea marrow. Yeah, I'd be willing to put up quite a lot of our sea marrow. And then maybe like 40 of this. And 26 of that. Yeah, let's just do it because, again, we want to get these things running so that we can see what's next. This break open is definitely valuable as well. But I think I'd rather have a whole point of reputation. I don't know. It makes sense to me. In any case, go do it. Plus, the amber is not nothing, right? So that'll let us build the first part of our guardian. We can move on to seeing what the next challenge is and trying to meet that. You, now that this is done, I think I can put this right here and just have it kind of... Right, because I think the villagers can walk. Yeah, you can see how they walk through in the space between those. All right, cool. I guess all this stuff too, then. Deliver 15 tools is a pretty rough reward. Deliver 5 ancient tablets is probably more doable. I don't love either of those, obviously. Complete any 2 dangerous or forbidden glade events. I mean, we're really pretty close to this. And just the insane amount of stuff to deliver on funding an outpost is really frustrating. However, it is all pretty normal stuff, and it does yield 24 tools when we do it. It is the kind of thing you might use for, like, your last point of reputation. If I'm honest, I don't believe the reputation is likely to be our problem. So I'm not going to stress too much about that kind of stuff. I think the thing that's going to keep us from winning is the forging of the rune, because that's just kind of how it always is. Did we not have enough tools? I thought when I looked we had enough for 2. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, okay. Well, you two don't need to be assigned to that anymore then. Glade event completed. Do we want to just grab something? Our flour production recipe is already pretty decent. Green brew is not nothing. We might find big water. I think we haven't yet. I'm gonna take the fishing hut. Okay, big herbalist camp. It is big herbalist camp, right? Large mushrooms. Yeah. Okay, hard to turn down. Pretty solid addition. So let's move you back to here. Assign you some folks. Okay. This thing is fixed and providing global resolve. That's fantastic. I feel like we're yeah, we're all good on our like really miserable tasks. Oh yeah, we still have tons and tons of clay. We're good on clay. We probably want to just welcome these people in. We got lots of veggies. Oh, that's right. Veggies are produced by the small farms in addition to the other stuff. Okay, well that's fine. Oops, I should probably actually press the button. Welcome some new folks into the village. We are eating a lot of food really fast. No two ways about that. And also, we have done this. Let us acquire the Heart of the Forest. Alright. Oh hey, next up is a Plague of Death. Discover 2 dangerous or forbidden glades during this storm. If you don't, 3 villagers will die in the upcoming drizzle. Okay. 5 reputation points from events, 5 reputation points from resolve, standing with trade routes. I mean, obviously, we're working hard on this. Let's just continue working hard on that. So that's even more reason to open up some more glades, right? Because we will find ourselves some opportunities. Gain a villager every time you discover a new glade. Packs of trade goods are worth more when sold. I don't know that we want, like, we want to be able to stop gaining villagers at some point, right? You know, since we're getting a clan hall for free, maybe training grounds does end up happening? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so Blood of the Stag. Blood of the Stag is, like, very doable. Honestly, Mortal Blood's quite doable, too, and I know we're not... It seems like we're less far on this one, but we are in the position now to start, like, producing the food that brings up our resolve and stuff. Like, it's going to be very easy for us after this storm to keep somebody in the blue probably pretty much all the time. And so we might end up getting there. But let's try to avoid unnecessary bloodshed here. So we're going to move this over to here. This doesn't need to be right where it is. All right. Discover stuff during the storm. We could probably... Ooh, maybe I do need to do some favoring. Hostility is getting pretty high as part of what it is. It might be worth it to open up a more, like a forbidden glade. Because, like, we have access to more advanced resources here. The bigger rewards probably are pretty gettable. Okay, what have we here? Well, corrupted caravan with a bunch of blight on top of it. So, overgrown with blight rot cysts, they must have fed on the transported goods or people. If we don't fix it up, corruption in the hearth will grow quicker and will gain impatience. If we cleanse it, We'll have blight rot cysts spawning all around, but mostly just what we need to do, you know, is burn it. We have reeds and we can make fire. And that's a point of reputation from an event. Pretty hard to turn that down, I think. And then we just found a trapper's camp out in the middle of nowhere. It costs parts to rebuild. That's ugly. It's almost not better than... it's almost not like having found extra stuff at all. And then we have another 3/4 of a point. I wish this would display the actual value that you have, because this means we have 3 something. We definitely gathered a fractional reputation point at least once, and this isn't showing us. It might be the case that 1.75 is enough to finish Blood of the Stag. I think it is. I think we're going to find that it is. So we are at 6 tools right now. We're trying to produce more. Yeah, they're working away. Okay, I'm gonna let them keep working because we're gonna get this. And this is gonna be purging fired down. We can also just send the contaminated goods somewhere. Receive impatience. I mean, she'll pay us, but she won't be happy. Yeah, let's get a blight post up. We're starting to use the contaminated water. We're starting to use the rainwater, so fire is going to be a concern anyway. We're going to start getting cysts on our own buildings. So yeah, let's do that. And I think also, let's move this to here, and I am going to open up the Scary Glade. And I think maybe this is time to start another woodcutter's camp. We don't have any... Right, we don't have parts. Parts are the worst. Parts are the really difficult bit. Okay, well, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. We don't have anything here... No, we do. We have a couple that give enough parts. We could just buy coats. Ah, shit, we're not gonna finish this in time. You know what? Never mind this. Storm's real short. Storm's real short. Yeah, I guess just get back to what you were doing over here. Okay. A scout died. It'd be cool if this was actually getting finished. And one of the woodcutters died. Definitely get replaced. Alright, gain 3 barrels for every 10 planks produced. That's just a huge number of free barrels. Yeah, I think that beats this other stuff. Alright, let's make this something of a priority. Oh my god, this building is also made of parts. What the fuck? Alright, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're gonna bring in some people. A bunch. Replace the lost ones and then some. And then we're gonna make some packs. I have not had to build the makeshift post yet, but I think it is time. So where do I want to put this? Yeah, I guess just right here is fine. Let me deprioritize this because actually we can't make it. Let's get a pair of hands in here. Okay, I need whatever you can use. Yeah, you know, honestly, maybe just the ore for right now. We have more places we can get ore, and we don't need very many packs, yeah? So... Is it 3 and 4? Yeah. Okay. Alright, yeah, we need to get this turned in. I was holding off on that because I was distracted by 10 million other things, but it is time for sure. Okay, favoring... right now we cannot favor anybody into a positive state. That's a shame. Next time we have a wait, what did I do with my... Okay, I did put the harvester's camp on, or the herbalist camp. The next time we have a trader... Okay, he might have luxury items, so we might be able to get this coat thing done. You know what else I'm going to do is, as soon as we have the resources and the space back here... Oh, right, that the fences take up way more space than they look like they take up. All right. Yeah, we'll make some of that stuff. Can't help but notice we're low on food. I mean, I'm doing my best, but, you know. We do have a lot of mouths, I suppose. Okay. Get ourselves some blue here. Alright, once these packs of crops are done, let's go ahead and unequip you. Uncheck everything. Force delivery. Put all this stuff back. And as soon as that delivery has been run, we're, yep. Kicking you out of there. We don't need any more packs right at this moment. This stuff is all good to produce anyway. Okay. Now, high priority, get this done. Tools go in here before they go anywhere else. Okay. Then we assign a couple of lizard folk here. It's going to take 4 fire to do this. Ugh, we have so little lumber. This, I feel like we can store some stuff. So remember, we are getting some bonus food production from stored drizzle water. That's, in theory, helping a little bit. But yeah, we are for sure real low on food. How are we doing on tools? We have 10 tools, which is enough to send this back to the Citadel. Let's get that running right now. Alright, get our Blood of the Stag real soon here. I'm going to assign 2 people to this. Get it running. Okay, my man, do you have a bunch of coats? You do. You also have some other stuff that I don't care so much about. But yeah, I think taking a bunch of coats is a good idea. Because that'll get us human villagers completed for free, basically. I don't know, all of them, I guess. They're not very expensive. And then if he had raw food, I would just buy food. Since we cannot just buy food, what we can do, we can buy his ale. And I know we have some ale already, but like, you know, once we get the tavern up and running, it'll be nice to have all this. And I think I'm cool just throwing down 28 amber for that. Yeah, we'll have 90 ale, so we'll be able to run the leisure need for quite some time. Okay, y'all just produce as fast as you can. They'll run the purging fire over as quickly as it's getting made. And we got ourselves a plague of rats. Any cooked or raw food in the settlement's warehouses is disappearing very rapidly. Cool, great. Great. Exactly what we needed. We are going to unfavor the humans here because it's driving everybody else to a deep depression. Alright, getting that completed did not take us to 4 points. That sucks. There are no deposits near the stonecutter's camp. It needs to move over to a place. This makes a little bit more sense, I think. So that's annoying, because that means that we're going to have to find another plus reputation event somewhere. It's not what I want to be doing. Let's go ahead and put down the floor plan for the tavern at least. Okay. And at this point, I think maybe... Unfortunately, this was not really built near very many of the large trees. Yeah, all right, let's just get a little bit of a large tree focus here for the next little bit. All right, so that's dealt with. Yeah, lizard resolve and whatever, like, it is what it is. Human villagers is coming along. Basic rights will get fired when we get this. This is very annoying. And we're going to be seeing some starvation. We're going to be seeing some blight rot cysts appearing. Sadly, we are not working on this yet, which means we're going to get our impatience point. Okay. Gain 10 jerky for every 10 pie produced. We are producing pie. And we do need just food. So I think that's pretty hard to turn down. All right, once we've got this, we're going to need just any other, like a cache of any size, or... There's not a lot we can do about that except just open up glades and hope. Okay, they're working on it. I don't think we want to bring in any more people right at this second. Yeah, we are getting even more cysts appearing due to this. We're working on it. We're working on it. If I wanted to set up a second hearth, just to buy us back a little bit of this, mostly to buy us back a little bit of that, and also, you know, we do need a second one at some point. We do need a second one to finish off Outposts, is what I mean. The Outposts quest. Okay, it looks like there's plenty of room around here to put it down. Get a decent amount of extra. We'd have to move some of the housing, because in order to get it to encampment level, well, you don't need very much. You need like 8 villagers housed nearby. That's really not that much of a problem. And we definitely have a bunch of people who do not have like proper housing yet. So yeah, okay, we'll get there. I'm not going to take on any new people. What I am going to do is I am going to take on extra people because there's more parts. And frankly, we could kind of use the reputation. Do I want any of this stuff? We already have a clan hall that we just have to repair. I think actually at this point, this is all kind of no thank you. Yeah, not sure what I'm looking for, but I'm sure I didn't find it. Are y'all seriously not done moving the fucking... Where's the rest of the purging fire? I guess it's just hard to make because we're constantly out of wood. Alright, this needs a lizard firekeeper. A little bit of extra comfort, and then also +1 resolve to everybody. Corruption's getting high. There are enough blight rot cysts to cause problems. Well, you know what we just did? As much as I am worried about the amount of hostility we're producing, We did just get the resources necessary to build another woodcutter. So I guess let's do exactly that and just start. We're just going to need more. We need more wood. We need more wood income. It's just got to be faster. And I'm going to assign a third body to this. I'm going to maybe move this up to 6 because, like, we actually do really badly need to burn down the blight rot cysts in a hurry. Okay, there we go. There we go. Some burning action is occurring. 316? Okay, so it's not quite going to get done before the storm. It's going to be close. Yes, I know. Oh, hey, the tavern. The tavern's finished. That's fucking great news. Okay, so that'll get us a little bit more resolve and also some leisure for people. And now that we are in less dire shape, I think it is time to start opening up new... Yeah, opening up new glades. And I think we probably want to open up bigger glades because the small glades can have caches in them, but there are so many more types of events in the bigger glades that result in the gained reputation. So this will get us to like 4.75 or something. Lake of Mysteries. Okay, Forest Mysteries require a lower hostility level to activate. That's whatever. Alright, so we have 1,000,000 blight rot cysts. You can see our little lizards with the flamethrowers running around burning them a little bit. One happened at least. Yeah, we're very low on fuel reserves because we had all the fuel over here. So this is pretty scary, actually. Yeah, we might be looking at a real problem. We can try to quickly get this up to a district, which will increase its corruption resistance. This will cover the harmony. And so we would just need to build a couple of... it needs a service building. That's why the housing layout comes up when you're building service buildings, because to upgrade the last one, you need one. Okay, to upgrade to the last level, rather, you need one. You know, words. If I just say one enough times, you'll all get what I'm saying, right? So, this is very disorganized over here, but I might just put up some, like, really messy, because I'm trying to do it in a hurry. And then we need 8 more points of green decorations. But I still want them to look kind of nice. I care a tiny amount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These spaces are already fenced. And I just need to put down one more space worth of something somewhere within the area. You know what? Random rain punk barrels over here in this alleyway. Also, I suppose at some point these should be path. Alright, if they build that stuff relatively quickly, we'll gain some resistance. Oh, there goes the death beams. Okay, you don't see that happen all that often. Alright, we can replace you, we can replace you, we can replace you. Not that you're, you know what I mean when I say replace. Okay, now we're getting some proper firefighting done. And I'm going to try to buy some time here. So corruption is high. But we'll actually be stockpiling purging fire this time during the non-rainy season. So we'll be in a better position to burn down a bunch of the cysts right when they appear next season, which is big. 12 amber for every 50 ale produced. For every 20 felled trees, global resolve is increased by 3, but very temporarily. I don't love that. 3 clay per minute is probably not worthwhile. We're not actually producing ale right now. I would love to, but we don't have the ability. But I would love to. All right, we'll deal with this in a second. We do have access to the cellar now, in addition to some pickled goods, in addition to some other stuff. And I think, you know what? I think our plan is still to just poke our heads through over here. Let's get a better yield. Also, this harvester's camp actually does have things that it can pull. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a group because we just lost people to the corruption. Let's try to rebuild a little bit. What do we have left in terms of parts? 3. So I guess the balance of food has already shifted. We don't really need to rebuild this, but we could rebuild this and have this running in the middle of all these large deposits while we still have this running, because it still has this deposit and that and all of these to clear out. I don't necessarily hate that. Let's get some folks on that. I just want to make sure we're good. And then we can put a couple of beavers to work on this stuff. Okay, we're still producing. I mean, I guess I don't really need to be. I don't need to be producing reputation from, or resolve from reputation, or the other way around. You know what I'm saying? I kind of don't know that I need any of this, friend. We're sort of already doing a good job on a lot of these things. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass. We got a lot of gathering to do yet. I mean, we are pushing on Mortal Blood pretty fast. And we did just hit the top of our reputation meter. And everything's blue and everybody's happy, and maybe we're just gonna Mortal Blood our way through this after all. Come on, you. Get that open. Alright, I do want to fix our housing situation too. So, right now we have 7 human houses, which is exactly right. 3 beaver houses, which is not nearly enough. So that'll cover that. And then lizard houses, we have enough lizard houses for 6 lizards. But we have 19. So let's... This is probably exactly where I want this thing moved to, right? So I don't want to put a house right on top of it. Okay, so that puts us at 14 lizards covered. And then... Jeez. We'll just make another little street over here. And this is going to need a park. Okay. Yes. Things that will gain us reputation. So I'm going to move this thing back over to like here. We have just enough parts to build one more warehouse. Let's make that happen. Okay, so we got a bunch of abandoned caches. We got a tavern, which is... Well, I don't think the effects stack. I think that extra tavern's just kind of not very useful to us. I got a couple of things here that will let us gain reputation, thus completing Blood of the Stag, although at this point we're close enough to mortal blood that maybe we should just let that happen. And the scary one, of course. Blood flowers. So many blood flowers. Unless you excavate it, hostility increases by 10 points for every 3 fallen trees. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty bad. Or we could just call them the spirits. We could offer them some of our pie or our jerky. We could have people stop eating the jerky. Give them jerky and other stuff we can't make. And they would give us 3 ancient artifacts. 3 levels of ancient artifact? That seems insanely good. And a lot of... boy, I want to do this. I want to calm the spirits. It feels like the empathetic thing to do. Definitely not solely for selfish reasons. The trader is 1,000,000 miles away. Okay, let me consumption control. Nobody eat jerky. And then we don't have the tools to make any of these things, actually, which is kind of a huge problem. Can we get... No, we cannot get these from the caches that we have here. You get wine from breaking this down. That's not useful. Right? No, sadly, wine does not work. Well, shit, we might have to excavate this just to, God, ancient artifacts seems so good. We might have to excavate this just to avoid the blood flower problem. This is going to be a very large amount of negative resolve, though, which makes me a little leery of doing that. Do we have any events completing that will give us... No, none of the things that we would need for these rituals. Yeah, that's a real shame. I mean, we have a couple of points of reputation here, I suppose. We could learn to make tea. This druid's hut will give us access to tea, which is made from water and containers and things that we do produce. You know what druid's hut it is? We're gonna throw a tea party. And then on this front, I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. Druid's hut it is. Yeah, not even very difficult to build. And I think I've resigned myself to just letting mortal blood occur. Let's go ahead and favor you for a bit. Let's prioritize this. Let's get this done. Don't really have a good way of producing the things we need for coats, sadly. I guess I would leave this turned off. Do we really have just like... You know what? At the rate we're using water, we can probably free up 1 person from each of these buildings. This favor's no longer producing reputation. We're probably going to have to wait until after the storm to finish Mortal Blood. Okay, so the tea. Feel free to use anything. And anything. You know what? Use the clearance water. Stormwater we have going into important buildings, and the drizzle water we just want to keep a supply of for food production purposes. As soon as this gets built, we'll have that completed. Okay, Plague of Fishmen. One dangerous or forbidden glade event near the ancient hearth. And indeed, oh Jesus. And indeed, we have discovered an infected drainage mole. One of the mythical guardians of the forest, still alive but plagued by a mysterious disease. The blight rot has taken over his mind, causing an unstoppable rage. And he will kill and destroy everything around him, which includes everything. Okay, alright, my dude. So we could empathetically heal him. Upon awakening the infected mole, all dormant cysts activate and will start to corrupt the hearth, but can be burned. Also, 8 blight rot cysts will appear in the settlement. That's scary, but, you know, rewards. Or we could perform a ritual. Killing me with this shit. When's our next trade? Okay. So, one of the caches did have a bunch of wine in it, right? Oh no, it was the prize for breaking down the tavern. It's 40 wine. We could do the ritual with the jerky and the wine to kill the thing and receive fuel consumption down, 5 chests of tablets. You know, that's not bad. Okay, somebody get over here and break down this fucking... Yeah, this'll do. Somebody get over here and break down this tavern. Under no circumstances is anybody to drink any wine. That's not a thing we're doing right now. What a bizarre thing to have happened. There's so many problems. How much tea did we need for this? 40. Alright. Well, I mean, every time they run the recipe, it produces 10, so I guess that's not so bad. But, you know, don't make more than 40 tea. Ugh. We're trying to survive. Cysts are getting burned. I'm gonna prioritize this. Can we please get the warehouse built? I think it's gonna make everybody's runs a lot shorter. Mushroom production increases when you make mushrooms. 10 skewers for every 10 pickled goods produced. I guess fungal guide? I don't know that that's particularly relevant, honestly. Alright, they're making the tea as fast as they know how to make the tea. They're doing this as fast as they can. We have 10 minutes. This is making me really nervous. I'm gonna assign 2 people to this right now. Just have them start stockpiling the goods. Okay, we got plenty of clearance water. Because I know I just told somebody to use clearance water for something else too. Alright, you know what? Yeah, run this shit back like as quickly as possible. Very, very important. If this goes off once or twice, we'll live. Okay, this trapper's camp needs to be moved over to here. It will be just fine. And at some point we'll have a body free to do that, I'm sure. Do I want to get more hands right now? Like, I feel like this is too many newcomers, right? Yeah, it seems like we're in rough shape right now, but it's because we have so many people devoted to so many temporary things. Okay, so what are we looking at now? We have... I think they just made 2 batches and then ran the 2 batches back. Yeah. Okay, so the resources are getting stockpiled. We're pulling the pulling the wine as quickly as we can pull it. We're just gonna get it really full and really drunk. Hey Jorg, do you by any chance? You do not have any tea. You have a plantation design, you have a brewery design, which I actually like and would love to take off your hands. You have some stuff, but not exactly the stuff I was looking for. Yeah, because it would have to be tea or scrolls or incense. And you managed to have exactly not any of that. Cool, cool, cool. Good work, my dude.
Oh,
yeah, and like just like that, just as we got there, all of a sudden it's become completely impossible to get points of reputation from Blood of the Stag, or for Blood of the Stag. It's really frustrating. Well, we're almost high enough up to hit send to the Citadel on one of these. I really wanted to just get the second charge of this done, but like I'm so worried about our impatience levels and stuff. All right, we don't have anybody working in here. We're not overworking any buildings. We don't have anybody in the fishing pits, but that's fine. We don't want anybody in the fishing pits. You two are... Are you really idling? Yeah, I guess the goods exist. They're just not getting run over here. Because right at this second, we don't have anybody to spare. Which I guess means we have you two to spare. Go run some goods. Okay, that got started before it would destroy everything. Great news. Having a bunch of chests of ancient tablets, I think, is going to be really helpful on one of the later steps of this, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and everybody's feeling really low right now, despite the fact that we are. I guess we're not really fulfilling needs all that effectively. Okay, blood flowers. Fun. Okay, this is done. We're ready for this. Getting the ancient artifact. I'm assuming it's one rank of ancient artifact would be +1 to global resolve. So this is not 9. It's a total of 3. But okay, so now that's done. Maybe we need to take on extras. I think we actually have to take on extra people right now, because otherwise we will never get these blood flowers under control. I mean, each one of them is going to yield a bunch of stuff. A bunch of valuable stuff, no less. And we have all the housing we need. It's not like we're stressing ourselves in that way. All right, everybody go farm me a bunch of incredible rewards. Okay. And this also will be a bunch of incredible rewards. It's all going to be good. It's all going to be so good. Except for the part where everything's a nightmare. It's going to be super, super good. 12 tools. We're getting there. And then once we're done with this, I guess we'll have a lot of people to do fishing or whatever. Okay, we're about to have some free hands to finish some of the builds that were going on over here as soon as these guys run everything back to the warehouse. We got a plague of snakes. Okay. Just minus resolve for everybody. Great news, great news. Low on food, yeah, I know. I hear you. I don't like it either. You two should probably stop doing that. We're unlikely to ever need more tea, actually. So let's just put all those ingredients back. We are not doing deeper into the wilds. That's a thing that's not happening. Okay, firefighting is occurring. That's great news. Wow. Reputation. It's bad right now. Resolve, rather. Okay. We lost a beaver there. You know what? Anything that puts our resolve number higher at this point would be like fucking fantastic, actually. Let's get you guys up to here. Yes, I want to make sure that, yeah, they have room to get past it to get these as well. Okay. Settlements are looking a little bit better. We have finished all of the blood flowers and we're just running back the rewards. This event has, for some reason, not even been started yet, but we'll get there eventually too. Yeah, that's pretty weird. This we can just take. Yeah, this is just good. This I don't actually want to pay the tablets. Okay, so I think we do need, this may actually be just, yeah, this is just out of stuff. All right, come over here because I don't know what to do with you. And I guess let's get started with the fishing. Okay. We dealt with all that stuff. That could have been really, really bad, actually. This coming up being very difficult to deal with at the same time that we had that infected mole spawn. Like, that could have gone the most sideways, and we survived. We are okay. And I guess give me a road, but, like, it's kind of a weird road. Whew. All right. So what we need now is to actually finish one of these damn events. I maybe should have just done the excavate. I'm really worried that we would have lost a ton of people to disturbing the dead. And when this gets turned in, plus some favoring on the lizards, yeah, we can get back up to blue territory here. Okay, we can do some more improving of our global resolve level with this, because we did end up housing over here enough people to push up to a tier 2. We actually have spare wood now, which is fantastic. We have enough people that there's good reason, I think, to get this farm going. So, Thur, my dude, you do not directly sell tools. What an asshole. That's definitely what I was hoping for, is just to buy the rest of the tools that we need. Okay, well, we can buy... He doesn't actually sell too much that will help with the resolve levels that we're looking at here. One of the stages that's coming up for the Guardian is just like a ton of amber, right? What if you just gave me all your amber? Just for preparation's sake. Because the fact is, we have like a crazy amount of oil. I'll give you 200 of my oil. And also quite a lot of sea marrow. Alright, we are prepared to potentially... Oh, and mortal blood fired. Okay, fucking finally. Crystal feathers is actually is too high. It's even more amber than that. Well, we have a cornerstone choice here that we could just decline. It's hard to believe that anything's going to be as good as pressing this button and immediately completing the third part of the Guardian, right? And then it is complete 2 Forbidden Glade events quickly. Keep all of these resolve levels live at the same time. Or burn at least 20 Blightrot cysts in 1 year, which is simply not going to happen. So it's Forbidden Glade events completed in time is the only thing that we have to do now. And we are very close to the impatience threshold here. Like, we're probably dead, actually. Where are... Okay. You gotta find 2 such glades. And at this point, the only thing that matters is getting to them and killing those events. So, let's do that. I guess I can unfavor you because it doesn't really serve any purpose anymore. Pushing everybody's resolve levels this high at the same time would be very difficult. Okay, so you are going to come down here. And open this up. Shouldn't take very much chopping at all. The other woodcutter's camp is right there. A more direct job. There we go. I think that'll do that. Unfortunately, they are really quite far from the warehouses. There's not really a ton we can do about that, sadly. So that's going to be a minute. But yeah, all right. 3 pieces. We just have to get these 2 glades open before the Queen's impatience fills up, and it is filling up. A plague of locusts has destroyed 6 random resource nodes. Fantastic. Nothing to be done about it, just here we go. Sorry, we should check these these cornerstones as they're offered to us, because some of the cornerstones do reduce impatience gain. None of these matter to the point where I'm just gonna take the amber. Okay, we're through one. Let's get through the other as quickly as possible. We can continue to earn reputation. Like, it still goes into the bar, and I think it's possible. Is it possible to get more blueprints? I don't remember. But in any case, it will no longer reduce impatience, so it doesn't matter. Okay, the resource loss, or the node loss, is a little bit of a bummer. But okay, we still have meat to grab from there, so that's okay. Favor the beavers. We should be able to keep everybody alive. Oh, the fishing, the pond just fucking disappeared. Okay, yeah, we should be able to keep everybody alive through the storm. Defavor a little bit here. Alright, give me an easy one. We got some noxious machinery. Now, it's just deal with the event in any way, right? It doesn't matter what we do. Complete. Okay. With no more than 1 billion years between them. We definitely have time. We can just tear this down. We don't need anything special for this. You lose 4 units of a random type of rainwater every 12 seconds. And every 120 seconds, 2 blight rot cysts are spawned. But it's trivial to do it, so let's just do it. Get in there and fuck it up. Okay, cool, great, excellent. And then the only thing that we have left to do really is to watch this event over here get chopped. They are, as I thought, spending a lot of time running, but it's not really... We don't have the extra parts to build them a little warehouse over here for themselves, so... Nothing to be done about it. What is this? What are y'all... They're just being difficult. They're just being difficult. Please focus. Chop the trees that are required to be chopped. I'll be very frustrated if we lose this due to them just choosing to chop random trees. Like, part of the problem is that, like, I think each tree can only have 1 person assigned to it. And so if the person who's assigned to it is off running goods back to the city, then you get that behavior. Come on. Okay. Hey, it's another mole. This one's not infected. A wild beast that usually lives underground. If we chase it away, we'll gain 1 million hostility. If we feed it, which we can do, woodcutters and gatherers lose all their resolve. But we could just unassign a lot of people. And we can get on this instantly. I mean, I think that's it. We have the resources for this, and I guess, like, what I like about this is we can do it with fewer trips. So I've changed my mind and we're doing this one now. I don't actually want to run 40 insects out to this far off. Like, each one of the lizards can carry 5 tools out once and be done with that. And we're just gonna have some resolve problems. Okay, that's it. Everybody's assigned. Either, at this point, I have no more control over it. Either we make it or we don't. Okay. We're gaining 0.22 per minute. So we should only gain about 60% of a point in the time that it takes for this to finish. So I think we're good, but it was fucking close. And yeah, we have a timer running, but, like, we're good. We're fine. I do actually have to press the button on this in order for us not to lose, though, so let's make sure that I'm in position to do that. Blight rot cysts are appearing. Oh no. It's alright. I trust my fire keepers. So, like I said, this is why I wanted to make sure that we got on this as quickly as possible. Like, it's really important to see exactly which things you have been saddled with, because, gosh, it gets close. It takes a very long time to meet some of these. Okay, time will pause when I click this. Because it's actually going to be like... I'm going to go down to normal move speed here. Okay. Whew. We were... certainly less than minutes away from that. Away from a failure there. It was bad. I should have used more water, but also we had problems setting up the water we did have, and I did want the drizzle for a lot of it. I did want the drizzle water just sitting in the supply so that we were getting the bonus. Obviously, at the end there, our food supply really turned around and we ended up producing way more than we could possibly eat. And at that point, the drizzle water would probably have been better off being used for stuff. But in any case, victory through resolve. and we have reforged the lead seal. And it only took us 2 hours. I don't feel like this is one that benefits from being split. You know, this is all one piece, I feel like. Anyway, back to the world map. We did it. And I believe this might be the furthest that I've gotten. I'm not sure if it was either the second or the third seal that I never quite got past before. It was early in the sort of overall scheme of things. Okay, select the compass icon to finish the cycle. We have unlocked stuff, things, all kinds of things. And yeah, this is showing what we unlocked over the course of the cycle, not what we just unlocked. Although we are getting some decent rewards here too. All right, let the storm flow in. And next time, an even longer run to an even more difficult level. I'm going to have to get better at the game in order to complete that. So that's a thing to consider for next time. Let's before we quit here, go get our upgrades. Let's turn in our 2 deeds. We've earned ourselves a pioneer's mantle. I agree with that, I suppose, and also an aesthetically pleasing road sign. Couldn't some of that have been experience? Wouldn't it have been nice? We did get just a lot of raw resources, though. So, this is the way to new housing. Some bricks to start with is kind of nice. An extra charge on each resource node is kind of nice. +1 embarkation point is certainly highly valuable. Ooh, I do like the additional caravan choice. Sadly, we don't quite have the resources to pull both of these at once. I think since we can't get the new housing yet anyway, I'm going to go up this branch. So 1 more embarkation point obviously will be highly valuable. Having the 3rd caravan slot open will let us make some more interesting opening choices. And do we want to grab something else, or do we just want to bank resources? Embarkation bonuses of vegetables or meat, I think, are things we're not very likely to pick. Ooh, but then you start getting into embarkation bonuses for upgraded buildings and stuff. That's kind of compelling. An extra cornerstone reroll is kind of cool. Every settlement starts with 5 planks. It's pretty rad, actually. And you know, early on, like a 10% discount on the perks and blueprints, early on might actually make it possible to buy one where we wouldn't have otherwise. Like, money's tight in the beginning of a settlement. Yeah, no, I think there's some really interesting stuff available here. Let's take this. Let's take the reroll. I don't think I'm going to pick this up. We'll save food from here. But it should be no problem for us to reach the 48 that we need to gain the other caravan slot. So that's cool. That's all good and cool. We have reforged the lead seal. Our next target is... Nope, that's lead. Our next target is the silver seal. 20 seal fragments, minimum difficulty veteran. Okay, so we can go up left or we can go down right. I mean, there are a lot of points of interest either direction, I guess. I think this way feels like a winner. It's just like a lot of really dense. We'll even get to make some choices. A luxury yet unheard of, I think. Yeah, we'll probably head west to the Royal Outpost, and then from there up through the swarm of question marks. Whew. There's so many more rows to go, and this time we're gonna get it. This time we're doing it. I'm in for the long haul. I hope y'all are as well. That's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching, sticking with me through some of these longer episodes. When you come back next time, we are heading out into a fresh wasteland. Wasteland? Bounty land. What do you call it? What's the opposite? A fresh land where things are good. Join us for that, and we'll see you then.